What is going on, mentees? We are back. It is season 2. Cornelius, how have you been?
It's been a journey, but I'm glad to be back.
That is what I'm talking about. Hey guys, we have somebody new and special and dear to the mentors. Hopefully he'll become a
fixture.
Not a fixture, huh? A fixture.
So fixture here.
I want to introduce to you a good dear friend of mine, and I am his personal trainer. We gonna buff him up a little bit. He wants to be buff.
It's the before.
Okay. Joel, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Hi, well, my name's Joel. I'm 29, Puerto Rican, but born and raised in Orlando. I'm a singer out here trying to hustle and make it. I actually just released music, so I'm on that journey right now.
Where can they find that music at?
So I just released my first single. It's called Rather Be Lonely. It's available on all streaming platforms right now. So Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you use to listen to music.
Check it out, you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
I heard it, by the way. It sounds good.
Yeah, you heard it?
Yes, I did.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
See, I've been pushing it. I've been pushing it.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. We had a little break. Not too long of a break, but it was a much needed break where we were able to reinvigorate ourselves, I guess. Is that a word?
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah. And then we also looked up and found this nice looking guy, Joel. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm really happy to be here.
Well, now he's going to give us our third perspective. Now, if you don't know anything about the show is designed to give 3 perspectives. Well, last season we only had 2 because we was trying to find the third person. But now we have those 3 perspectives from 3 different generations. Did you tell him how old you were, Joel?
You
Do I
did.
need to? I
You did. You
okay.
did.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, he's
29.
And I wasn't even thinking about it, but he was the age exactly that we were talking about.
He was the age we was talking about. So we have Joel. Not only is Joel the 3rd millennial, Joel is just Joel.
Yeah, and I'm also Latino, so I can offer, come from a Latino perspective as well.
So understand, understand. Sometimes we all agree on whatever it is we're talking about, and then sometimes, baby,
We're totally different.
it'd be totally different, and
That's
the
okay.
fires get lit.
But we haven't had any hair pulling contests yet.
No,
Yet.
At the end of the day, I still love you. I'm gonna tell you right now, Joel got a lot to say because when I train him, when I tell you he's probably one of my most difficult clients I've ever had.
What you mean difficult?
Oh my
In
God.
what way?
He is going to challenge everything I tell him to do, and all I can do sometimes is smile. But it's a good thing because
good
he's
thing.
challenging me and he's keeping me sharp on my skills.
Exactly.
So it's time to talk, guys.
Let's do it.
We ready to dive into this?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
So, a good friend of mine, Sarah, brought it to my attention. That's why she's here, y'all. Y'all can't see her, but she's here. She brought it to my attention that they are trying to add a color to the flag to represent age equality.
Okay.
And that means what?
So what they're trying to say is that pedophiles should be able to love whatever their age is.
Well, that won't play here.
That's crazy.
So I guess we're talking about pedophilia here.
Yeah, but that's crazy because when you told me that we were talking about this today, I didn't realize that was happening in the background. So I thought we were just talking about pedophilia, but I didn't know that they were trying to add and give them their own moment.
Yes, and if you
crazy.
do some research in Germany, they actually have a flag and they have a bear
Oh, wow.
that represents age equality.
Wow.
It's crazy, huh?
Okay, but there's age equality and then there's pedophilia. How are they?
So they are. What they want to say is that no matter what your age is, they should be able to love whoever. So even if it's a 3-year-old child, and I'm bringing up the age 3 because the article I read actually spotlighted a guy who only is interested in 3-year-olds.
3-year-olds
lives in
who don't
Germany.
have a voice.
Who don't have a voice. I'm going to tell you right now, I got 3 kids, 3 of them. And let me find somebody, man,
I hear you.
I go to jail for
I
all
have
of them.
nieces and nephews, and I would do the same thing.
I would go to jail. I would lose a limb, a life, and everything else.
I think I would even do it for somebody else's kid.
Yeah, exactly. But I to me, I just don't see where that. I get what they're trying to say because same gender loving is equality for all, right? And if you look at the colors of the flag, it represents heterosexuals as well. Okay, so I get what the flag represents and what it means, but we as adults, consenting adults,
with all our mental capacities,
with mental capacity, what's that one phrase they all say when you writing your will?
Competent. We're all competent.
No, they say oh my God,
sound sense,
sound mind and body.
Okay,
that's it. I, being of sound mind and body, do.
Right.
A 3-year-old can't do that.
Absolutely.
They can, but I will say this. I can understand where they come in on trying to have age equality, and I'll tell you why. Because there's stereotypes and there's stigmas with older people dating younger people. It's like I can't date someone that's 30 years older than me without everybody saying that he's my sugar daddy.
Right.
Or with women that they're cougars. So yeah, there is kind of this like I said, stereotype with those things. So I understand the age equality part, but
right, we're all
maybe it should be after you're 18. You know, like
age equality
anybody after 18
is adults. You know,
and that's something that they have to. I mean, that's already in play though when you think about it. It's the age is 16, right?
And I know in some southern states is dropping. What is it, 13?
Yeah, when you come out the womb.
I mean, it's you know, I get the age equality, and I think that's very important. But I can't get with, and that's people that are of age. To me, that's a certain age that you are responsible as a person or as an adult. I think, and I'm only quoting the Bible for references because I'm not there, but I think the age accountability was 12 that they mentioned, and I think Mary was 12. And Southern, in the old days, a lot of girls were married at 13, 12 and 13, back in the 1800s. But I've never heard of anything lower than that, you know.
Yeah.
And 3 years old.
But a 13-year-old back in that, they do say that like women specifically, you know, like you look at a girl nowadays, you don't know how old she is.
No, you don't.
You know what I mean? They're maturing faster.
Yes.
So if you're saying 13 back then, I mean, like kids that have access to social media now at like, I've seen kids maybe as like young as like 6 or 7 being able to navigate through a phone.
Yeah.
So I mean, they have access.
It was different times, and a 13-year-old back then knew how to run a household.
Yeah. They might know now, but they can't. You know, they might not be able to execute it, but they know.
That's a good point.
The 3-year-old thing is out of the window. Anything close to that is crazy. I don't know what kind of parent or whoever that kid belongs to would allow that to happen.
Yeah, and that was what hit me the hardest. And I don't know if you guys have looked at your timelines and stuff, but before the election, you know, there was a lot of stuff roaming around where they was hinting on pedophilia. Now, me personally, and this is Lawrence Parker Hamilton Jr.'s opinion, I feel like they was trying to set the stage for all this stuff that was happening with Epstein. Is it Epstein?
Epstein.
Epstein. I think they was trying to set the stage and soften the blow for when all of these people who we kind of worship a little bit or we look up to and never suspected, when they were revealed,
right,
it would just
soften
be like
the blow.
It softened the blow. It'd just be like a hit. And it'll go away.
But it won't, because they could do that. And like I said, make it 18 and up so that it takes the shaming and stuff away. But you're never going to sell it being a minor that young. Like if you're going to add that to, you said they were trying to add it to the flag, or they were trying to add
a color to the flag.
To what flag?
The pride flag.
See, so first of all, by doing that, you can potentially tarnish the whole LGBTQIA+ community.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, like, it's there has to be boundaries. There has to be boundaries.
And I think we have to look at the motive behind these people wanting that. I mean, what kind of mental capacity are you at? Because we all know that's about control.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It is about control. But I'm concerned about that little 3-year-old. And if you look at the definition, it says 13 and below. Anything 13 and below is considered pedophilia. So those are come on.
and the minds of those people that will want to do that, something's
has to wrong
be,
with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That has to be explored.
Look, why are we not seeking mental help for those guys, those people?
You know, it's really funny because, while we had that little period of all the teachers were screwing their students, and it was funny, when you think about it, I'm like, okay, is any adults having sex? Because you just heard so much of the adults. I mean, it was always a teacher, a kid, and so I think we have to look at the capacity and the mindset of these people that want that.
Yeah.
Because that's really way out there.
But the sad part is that there has to be more than 1, more than 10, more than 100, more than 1,000 people who want this, because you just don't add a color to the flag or start a movement without having followers.
Well, we got a lot of sick people
there's a flag. There is a pedophilia flag. Like I said, in Germany, it's pink. It's got shades of pink.
That is so disturbing.
I say burn it.
That is so disturbing.
Shades of blue. And then I said their mascot is this little teddy bear. So there it is. I mean, we talked about it.
I vote no.
You vote no?
I do too. I vote no.
You vote no?
Definitely
I'm definitely a no. So I think we on Biden team.
It's one of those situations. We are. It's one of those situations. I don't know if you guys have seen it a lot on social media where people are like, if you're voting for Trump, if you're voting, I've even seen Biden, block me, unfriend me. Right. It's one of those situations. Well, if you stand for that, block me, unfriend me, because that's poison.
I agree.
And I think they've been kind of setting us up for this because that old movie, I think it's, what was it, Eyes Wide Open or Eyes Shut? One of those with...
I think it was Eyes Wide Shut with Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise.
That was all behind a ring of pedophilia as well. And when they went over and made that movie, that was happening by a big ring that was going on in Europe at that time.
Europe. You know where Germany is?
Yeah.
It's in Europe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's insane.
So that was
It's so funny because I was having a conversation with my sister in Florida a few days ago. I mean, it was the day that I came back, which was a few days ago. We were talking about labels, and I would always mention the LGBTQIAPlus community, and she was just like, there's so many, and we just, and the plus is there because it's basically open-ended, so we could be adding any more at any given time, but it doesn't help the narrative that you guys just want to keep adding and adding to it. And I really do think that it's kind of mocking the fact that it's just like, well, we should accept everybody, and everybody should have representation.
I think the gender identification chart is like up to 500 and something.
Yeah.
That is a very, very, very interesting point.
Where's the line,
Yeah.
We have to draw the line.
But people consider that oppression, though.
But I actually feel like the gay community, after reading, or the LGBTQI plus community, after reading a lot of this, was against this, because that's not what we stand for.
Exactly.
As in equality. In equality, number one, we have sound mind and body and spirit.
Exactly.
We can consent. And 3, it's about who we are as people.
Yeah.
We do not have to be like anybody else. That's what that pride flag represents to me. I am prideful. I love who I am. And
the medical and mental industry, I wonder where they're coming from. Because
I mean, a lot of people would say we're not mind.
Well,
exactly.
They were saying that we were sick, and that's been proven to be wrong.
Yeah.
But
I was sick.
Yeah, but I would assume a pedophile says the same thing. They say that I'm not sick. I'm of, I have good, like, they don't see a problem with it.
It's like, I think you have to really explore the appetite of people. What can you get from a 3-year-old?
Nothing. And then what happens when they turn 4?
It's all physical. It's like most pedophilias, after you're 12, they're done with you.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? You just screwed this kid's life. Anyways, that is, look, we welcome you guys to share your thoughts, share your what's the words I'm looking for? Share your comments,
feelings,
opinions, beliefs, feelings. We welcome all of that, so people can see. We don't really welcome the negative side of it, but you have a voice, as we all just learned with this vote. Until next time, you guys, be really, really mindful and pay attention to what's going on around you.
And explore your own minds.
Let me tell you that there is a shift
in the paradigm.
atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a paradigm shift.
There's a shift in the atmosphere. And with that, we are going to leave you guys. Join us next week when we have a special guest, and our topic is going to be on health. Until next time, Cornelius.
Peace out.
Joel.
Peace out, guys. See you later.
We out.